Hey guys, Muncheez here and welcome to a solo leveling Arise video, and in this video I'm going to talk about some of the things that are going to be expected and some of the things that kind of hit you up front when you are just starting out. For myself, I've just been playing this game for a couple of days now, and this game officially launches from when I am making this video in a couple of days on the 8th of May 2024, and yeah, let's get right into it and we'll start talking about some things that you will see when you get in. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the weapon upgrade system. So the weapon upgrade system is pretty standard. You have your level of the weapon, and then you have your starring of the weapon. So to star the weapon, it's the same as other gachas. You get duplicates of it, and you feed them to it, and it'll raise the weapon's ability. So there will be normally a number highlighted. That highlighted number usually changes as you upgrade it. It gets stronger and stronger. And the leveling system is kind of the same. So we'll start off at a cap, so this one has like 20, for example, and then you will go and farm materials for that depending on the weapon type, and then from that weapon type's materials you will level it up and you will tier up the weapon and it'll raise the cap level of that weapon. Normally these things are behind some sort of time gate as well, so they kind of want you to spend whatever the free currency in game that you use for summons to renew it so you can spam it, so it's that same system. So the next thing I want to talk about are the character levels and your main character levels, which is Jinwoo. So your characters are going to be like, they call them hunters. So your hunters levels are capped by your Jinwoo's levels. So if your Jinwoo is level 20, the highest level you can raise your characters are to 20. And this is one thing I actually kind of like about the game. It forces you to kind of use everybody. And there's certain missions that you will clear using Jinwoo, and you can use your roster or the characters that you have as like support characters. And then the hunters themselves, there are also missions specifically for hunters. And you can kind of build Jinwoo like kind of whatever character you want. He's kind of like a malleable character. You can give him strength. You can make him a tank, whatever you want to make him. You kind of have that freedom. So you can go around, play with it, and kind of look at the stats and see what you want to do. Another thing is that they have weapons for Jinwoo and they have weapons for the hunters, and the weapons themselves have like their own effects, but Jinwoo's weapons are like the special cool weapons or whatever, so you can kind of combo them if you want because he can equip 2 weapons, so I thought that was pretty unique. And the hunters have weapons that they can kind of interchange between themselves depending on how you want to build the hunters as well. And as you're going about your day, doing your dailies and whatever you have to do, you will get currency to do like these little mini games. And you can pull for like little extra things, get little extra rewards here and there. It's just a little bonus thing to do. And you might get lucky, you might not. And yeah, it has the system in there as well. So the one thing I want to kind of touch on and kind of warn people to be kind of wary of if you're planning to free to play this game, take your time in the beginning very slowly. This content, the story content, is gated behind levels. So this started for me at level 17, I want to say, and then the next day after I was able to get towards around level 24. So the story kind of like stops you from playing, and the only way to gain XP are from gates, which I will get into next, but be wary of the level gate at the beginning. So I kind of want to talk about these gates. If there's anything you watch in this video, I recommend watching this part and kind of taking away from this what you want. But there is no energy recharge system in this game as far as I've seen. The only thing that does have a timer is this rescan button on the bottom right. And all that does is changes the ranks of the gates that are available to you. So instead of clearing out the whole map, when you have the opportunity to rescan and get higher level gates, when you're first starting out, just go for it unless there's something in specific that you need from a gate that's on a map. I don't see that happening until maybe later in the game, but as far as I'm concerned, if you're just starting out, just clear your gates until you get the rescan option, and then try not to use all of your keys and try to clear the highest yielding gate for experience, because you do get experience gated at the start. If I did this, I probably would have been able to get over the level 17 hump without having to pay the in-game currency to renew for keys. And if you're curious, I think it's like it has the same scaling system as Genshin does. Once you pay it the first time, it's one amount. and every time you pay it, there's a cap amount, say like 10 times a day, and every time you do it, you get like 3 keys. But just pay a little attention while you're doing these. All right, so the armors, or artifacts as they call them in this game, have there's runes that you farm, and then once you get them past a certain level, they will require like the next tier of runes. As you can see, I have like a little purple hammer down there by the enhance button. So once the gear reaches a certain level, it will change from the blue runes to the purple runes. There is a pity system in this, and what I mean by that is when you're upgrading to go to the next level, there is a chance that it will fail, and every time it fails, you will get a pity back for a higher % chance to enhance. As far as I've seen, I haven't seen anything that breaks or anything of the sort when you fail or level down or anything like that. It's just a failure chance, but you do get a pretty generous amount of the starter pieces. And as all gacha games, they have the RNG stat lines. So as you're leveling them up, you will get an RNG stat line, or you will randomly increase one of the stat lines as you're leveling the gear. Now for the summons, they have your regular banner, which is the normal tickets, and your banner, like your feature banner, which has the special colored tickets, which are usually like rainbow colored and whatnot. It costs about 2,500 for a ×10 pull of the in-game currency, which is the pink crystals. The normal banner has an SSR up rate list, so you can kind of pick which ones you have a higher rate to pull. There is a pity of 80, so 8 ×10 pulls will get you a pity to get you a guaranteed SSR. Now, the weapons and the characters aren't split banners, so as far as what's in the game right now, they are combined. So if you are pulling for a weapon or anything of that sort, you have to pull on the character banner as well. And the game, in classic gacha fashion, also front loads you with a lot of in-game currency at the start, so it may be tempting to spend a little bit of it so you can play more to get through the early levels if you choose to do so. But if you are being a free-to-play like me, I am being extremely stingy with them, and I'm trying to save as many as I can for banners. The only system that kind of confused me are these gate sweeps. So once you unlock this sweep thing, it kind of like instantly finishes the gate for you. As far as I know, I got these 3 tickets yesterday, and I got another 3 today. So these reset every day, but there's also these current sweep points. So every time you use a sweep, it takes 10 of the points away. I don't know why they split these up. I don't know if one's on a different timer or what have you, but I'm not too sure exactly what the incentive behind this is besides saving time and possibly clearing, a gate that's a little rough to clear. But yeah, if anyone knows the solid reasoning behind this, please let me know in the comments below. It's still confusing to me, but yeah, they have this option in here. Now, as far as dispatch missions and things of that sort, so this is to piggyback on what I was saying earlier about clearing gates that you want with like better rewards or higher grade or what have you. So once you clear your 11 gates, I don't know if that actually affects the mining gates, but the gates that you clear, you also mine them. So if you clear 11 gates in a day, you also can mine 11 gates in a day, and you can do 3 of these at a time, and each one of them have their own time limit to finish, and this is essentially, from what I gather, the game's dispatch system. The other portion of your homework is to farm artifacts, so they kind of make you use these keys. It caps at 3 anyway, and you have to tier them up, so I think it goes all the way up to tier 8, I want to say, but you have to clear the previous tiers to get them to tier higher, and it's pretty much gated behind, so try and clear as high as you can before you are getting in towards like the endgame loop. You want to probably be able to clear the highest level of each of these artifact dungeons. So they just have you fight one of the bosses that you have cleared throughout the story, and they just get stronger and stronger as you're doing them throughout the tiers. And as far as I know, these 3 keys, I want to say you get 3 a day. I used 3 the day before, and today when I logged in, the 3 came back. So once again, there's no timer. It's just a daily reset type of deal. There are also challenge dungeons called Battlefield of Trials. You have a set for Jinwoo, and then you also have a set for the hunters. So one you will complete with Jinwoo, and the other one will be with your hunter teams, with the characters that you are building. And these have pretty decent rewards through them. They are definitely worth doing. They do get stronger and stronger, but I don't know if they're going to add more floors later or if they're going to renew them. That is on them, but this system does exist as well. There are lots of things that give in-game currency, and another one of them is a hunter archive. So there are stories behind characters. I don't know if you need the characters to be collected or not, but each part of their story. So if they have a 5 of 5 story, you would need 5 keys to unlock the whole story. You get front loaded with 3 keys up front, and then every day afterwards you get 1 key, and it just caps at 3. So you can do 1 by 1 every day, or you can just do 3 at a time if you wish. But so far, looking into the game, it's a pretty solid standard gacha game. It's got your trophies and your chapters that you want to clear for the maximum rewards. And it has like weapons and things like that you can build to make different types of builds for your characters, and kind of like team synergies, and you can build certain teams against certain things and whatnot. So it has all that good stuff in there. So I'm probably going to dump like a few hundred hours into this before determining whether to play it like super long term or not. But yeah, so far I've been enjoying it, and if you guys have any more questions about this game or anything, feel free to stop by my Twitch, and you can ask me, because normally I will be there, and probably later tonight as well. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.